What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. You guys were looking great, sitting at $394. The low is in. The low is in for Bitcoin, in my opinion. The low is in for Bitcoin Cash. Absolutely, man. This could be some kind of unorthodox inverse head and shoulders. It really could be. The volume doesn't make sense, but sometimes these like really skinny heads with like these thin but wide shoulders, that does happen. Maybe it's an inverted roof. I don't know. It kind of has that look to it on a daily perspective, though this wick is somewhat long. If that wick wasn't there, I'd have no problem calling this an inverted roof. But when you look at it on a 4-hour basis, nonetheless, what I'm trying to get at is it does seem bullish in nature, whatever this pattern is, right? Maybe there's a different name to it that I'm not thinking of, but to me it does seem kind of like I'm saying unorthodox inverse head and shoulders, but there might be there's an actual term for it, and I forget what it's called. It basically means the same thing. It's a different term. But anyways, 394 is the current price from a high to a low point, and I'm very confident that's the low, you guys. I think that's it. I think it'll become more apparent as the weeks go on. The next target area is this 236. We need to get above it, right? It's at about $410. When we get above that, the next target area from there would be 455. And really, once we get above that, I mean, prices above $500, $600, even beyond that are on the table, right? Inevitably, when we break out of this range, whatever it ends up looking to be, right? We go up here, down, like who knows how it looks by the time it's over, right? Maybe we go up here, we come down. I mean, like who knows how it looks, but whenever it does come time to break out of this range, the target areas, the immediate target areas for new highs are $879 to $1,135. That's our next immediate target area. I personally don't expect that these prices are going to be hit next month in July. I do think it'll happen in August, but I think we're working our way up there, right? I would expect by the end of July that not only have we interacted with this golden ratio area, the 61869 zone, but that we would have broken through it. What I would like to see by the end of this month really is an interaction with this area, finding support off the 0.5 or the 382 or something like that, and then moving up past it. That would be the kind of goal that I have in mind. If we're still below this, everything's fine, but I think it would gear us up for more immediate price growth if we saw something like this by the end of the month, right? Normally when you get that bounce, when you've broken above your golden ratio and you get that support off it or separation from it, whatever it might look like, that tends to be encouraging for these extensions to come into play. The real goalie, I don't know, the real like final boss to break is this 886 zone at about $661, but we're so far from that right now, it's not even worth really, it's worth mentioning, I suppose, but it's not worth talking about, I guess, for like the more immediate analysis. Looking at the weekly RSI, we do have, I mean, if this were to be a bounce, it is around that 40 area, which is fine. Looking at the weekly RSI as a whole, we've got our higher lows coming into play. We absolutely do have like a lower low scenario versus a higher low scenario in the price. Finding lows at the base of this range, at previous resistance points, at previous support points, resistance points, all the good things in all the right places. If we look at this, what do we get from a high to a low? Holding the 0.5. Look at that, man. This is very normal, right? Finding resistance in the 61869 zone, pulling back to your 0.5 and finding support. It's very, very normal. And actually, based off of this fib, the area to watch that we would want to break, this might actually be more significant, is 530, let's call it 535. We break above 535, guys, that actually is a cause to celebrate. That really is something to get excited about. I'm already very convinced that this is the low, but we get above that 618, you guys, I mean, by this fibs metric, the next target would be $1,174, right? Which comes in line, I think that comes in line with the 1618. Yeah, 1618 here. And when that breaks, new all-time highs, right? Or I guess technically not new all-time highs yet. New all-time highs are a target from this fib, but technically it would be like closer to our all-time highs. But we'll see. Time will tell. Look at that, man. I love that. The 3786 lining up with the 1414, the 4618 lining up with the 1618, all of these fibs lining up together. I think this one stands alone. We don't get as many in line with each other. Maybe we do. Maybe I'm making that up, but let's see. Oh, look at that. That 1414 lining up with the 1886. I already knew that. Right. That's already, that wasn't in, oh, hey, but the 5618 here. See, now that I didn't know. Look at that. 5618 is a very deep extension, but this is a very small fib range. I know it's a lot of lines, but just see that you have your 5618 up here from this fib range right here, from the high to a low. From this high to low, you have the 1886 over here. And then from this high to low, you have the 1414. Three areas coming together basically right above 20K. Right above 20K. It's the same old song and dance I've been singing since last year, man. And I know you guys are singing it too. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more. The low's in. The low is absolutely in. I'm very confident it is. Whatever this pattern is, whatever this formation is, to me it looks bullish. It looks encouraging. The 4-hour RSI looks great. You guys, this flat top here, it's going to break. You know what? I know what this pattern is, guys. It's the sombrero. Da 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 da. We're gonna break it up. We're going to the moon. And now I'm going to shut up. All right, take it easy, guys. Have a good one. Bye bye.